Yo, what up, guys? This is an account review or takeover for my buddy right here, Youngoon, who messaged me and wanted me to take a look at the account. He said he wanted some advice or optimization for clan boss and dungeons also. So those are the two areas we're going to focus on. So this account is on day 87 and maybe a little bit of a spender, low spender account because there are some legendaries on the account on day 87. So whether you got lucky with pulls or so, but with the amount of energy that is here, it shows that the account is not played as often as it should, because there is no reason why you have this amount of energy except you just spent a bunch of money on energy to farm, but you've not done the farming. So that's a lot of energy. And hold on, is that 399566 of 11? That means your max energy is 11. Or is that 111? What am I seeing? Is that 11 or 111? I can't tell. That's crazy. It means your levels are not improving or what? This is level 44. So why are you still at? I don't understand what I'm seeing at that LRG level anyways. But let's move ahead. That's a lot of energy for you to farm with. First thing first, the mine is maxed because you have the gems for it. The market is also maxed because you have the silver for it. The forge is open. Guardian ring, I see you spent a little bit here to unlock these ones. You're no longer early game, I guess, so you can begin to spend your gems on other stuff besides masteries and energy. So if I head over to the campaign, I want to see how fast you're doing your campaigns, because that will be determining how fast you get your next 6 stars, because at this level of the game you just need more 6 stars. I know, because my noob to pro series is at this level of the game where we are currently trying to get a lot of 6 stars going. So let's head over to your campaign and let's see. I guess Kale is your campaign farmer. Let's see how many seconds you can do it. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds, as long as it's consistent on 12.3. But if you're on mobile, it's kind of important that you have fast campaign. But if on PC, you don't really need to be that fast. So I'll put it on 2x and auto. Okay, that's good damage, 28, 29k. That means you can nuke the entire wave in one shot. Yes, 30k damage. 33k with good masteries that decrease the cooldown. Also, you got your K built really nice with a little bit of resistance built in there too. I'm guessing with the beginner lifesteal artifact that you have. So that's a 28-second farm that can also be a 20 seconds farm if Kale does his right abilities or gets the right resets. So that's a good one. Quickly before we move on, I want to actually see what you have on it. Lifesteal and perception. That's a really good one. Total stats for this scale is low HP, good attack, low defense. I don't know if this defense is enough for clan boss or for Minotaur grind, but for dungeons it's definitely not enough. You need about 2k, 3k defense for Kale to survive those dragon breath hits for dungeon 14, 15, 17, and so as you go on. But for now, this is what you're working with. This will serve you for dungeon 13, maybe 14, but he will die most of the time with this low amount of defense. For the waves, he will be nuking the waves, no problem, but the dragon needs defense to survive it. Except you have another poisoner who you used for the dragon if K goes down. I'm talking about Frozen Banshee or Occult Brawler might help you. I think I saw an Occult Brawler on the account. So this is high crit rates, a little bit of accuracy also, and your faction guidance, you're getting a little bit of accuracy from there. Nice one. Put duplicates for Kale so you can add some more accuracy for you on faction guidance, or duplicates of other high dark elves that you get. So that's campaign is solved. And I can also notice that you built a Fellhound. So when I saw a Kale doing this amount of damage in the what do you call it, campaign, and I now saw a Fellhound, I'm like, why is Fellhound 60? I could understand if it's 50 or trying to 50. I was think maybe you're using it for Fire Knight or other content, But then at 60 Felhound, it means you need him to be a campaign farmer. Usually when people build a Felhound is when they are more advanced in the game. Maybe they have a good dungeon team right now and they want to now go back and improve their campaign team. You don't start building campaign team, Kale is 60, he's doing campaign well, then you decide to build another campaign farmer to replace him immediately. It seems like you just wasted all your resources on a Kale. But I guess Kale can still serve in dungeons and other parts. But I feel like if you're going to build a Felhound, it should be later on when you at least reach Dragon 20. Then you can go back and improve your campaign farming time to 6 seconds, 7 seconds, or however fast. Because right now you will not have the gear required to make your Felhound work. So let's see if your build for Felhound works though. But I doubt he can do it. I think it's only his A1 that should be used in these battles for Felhound. His other skills might make it slow. Yeah, his other skills might make it slow. You lock out these other 2 skills and only use Felhound's A1 skill. That's the one that does AoE damage. His other 2 skills don't do damage. So if you do not lock out his other 2 skills, he will use them in the battle, and that will slow your run, I guess. So, not bad. If you take all the gear from Kale right now and put on this Felhound, and he has 150 crit damage and 100% crit rate, he will get the job done. I'm 100% sure of that. But I guess 30 seconds or 10 seconds farming, there is not much of a difference. And I'm doing it on manual because I did not lock out his skill though. I just wanted to see if he can do it, because a Felhound needs to take out the waves in one hit for him to be efficient with the A1s. Let's end this battle. So it's not a bad idea to build a Felhound if you get him for campaign farming, so your campaign farming can go from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. It's not a bad idea. I just feel like I prefer my dungeons to be optimized before I go for a better campaign farmer. So regear your Felhound to have the right gear and he will be able to do it for you. Let's see if you even push Nightmare. I don't think you did push Nightmare. Nah. Okay, you did push Nightmare a little bit and got up to this stage. Yeah, that's awesome. So you can get some speed artifacts from here if you're looking for some speed. 6-star boots. That's a nice progress that you did there with the entire team. You brought down the whole cavalry to help. And now I see how it works. Awesome. Because these nightmare stages can be so difficult if you're early on in the game like this. You don't have the right gear to make it happen. But hey, this is a nice place to farm for speed 6-star boots, especially for your speed champions. We'll look at their artifacts to see how they are rocking. And so now we are done with the campaign. That took a while, but hey, campaign is important. Let's head over to the dungeons, which is one of the items you wanted us to take a look at. I'll not look at the keeps, spirit, arcane, and all that. With the champions you have that can do nightmare, I'm confident that your keeps are fine. So I'll first of all look at your Minotaur grind, 15. Come on. With this team, you can do 15? With that Kale? Come on. What do you mean you can do 15? I find that hard to believe. Kale, is it, what's his name? Ghostborn, decrease defense, that cannot be resisted. Cold Heart, no. Cold Heart, no. Frozen Banshee. Right now, you need a team that can beat it. We're not trying to farm masteries for anybody, but we need a team that can beat 15. So to find a team that can beat 15, you actually need damage dealers and maybe somebody to keep the team alive. Do we have that? We do have a Ally Protect. We do have a Reviver here. Seeker is important for the increased attack for Kale. Decreased defense is here. So these two other champions, a Skullcrusher can even do the job. Protection all the way, so those waves don't kill you. If you're too slow for Kale, you can bring in High Cartoon in the lead. So instead of HP, you have the lead. I don't know if your High Cartoon is built though. So you have booster, nuke. Let me just try it and see if it works. I don't know if High Cartoon is built. Minotaur 15 is where you need to be for masteries. Maybe you spend gems on masteries. That's why you don't feel the need to push Minotaur 15. So by now in the game, you should be able to farm 15 consistently. I know it's a difficult one to just leave your game on and be farming non-stop for masteries, but it needs to be done for your champions to have a better damage, I guess. because tier 6 mastery is important on all of them. So Kale can nuke. I shouldn't have used the counter attack in that first wave. So you might need to set your Skullcrusher to not use his counter attack in the first wave. Skullcrusher is there just to make sure nobody dies or to make sure you pass this stage. It's not like he's important. If you have another damage dealer to support Kale, you can replace that one, replace your Skullcrusher here. He's not that essential. He's just there to make sure the boss doesn't nuke your Kale, because the boss can do a lot of damage in 15, especially when he gets that his big buff, that buff, rage buff. Can they run be any faster? They are running so slow, as if my this thing is not on. This might be a little bit of a longer format video for my audience who are watching on a normal basis, but I wanted to be as detailed as possible for this account review, so we don't skip out on anything and just head over to the dungeons or clan boss and only recommend a team. I just wanted to see how the account is progressing as a whole. That's why we started from campaign and now we are looking at Minotaur, then we go to dragon. We will ignore Fire Knight as usual because we are not yet in the point of the account where you need Fire Knight to be done. And we'll also ignore Ice Golem. You also don't need to be farming the Ice Golem, except a task or a mission requires you to go in there and do a number of runs or something. But you shouldn't need to be building teams right now. A team that can probably do Dragon and also Minotaur can probably also take on the early stages of Fire Knight and what do you call it? Ice Golem. So yes, the run is secure. We're in no danger of dying. Well, almost. I spoke too soon. There is no reviver for anybody who goes down. So if you do have a reviver, you might need to replace that reviver with Skullcrusher, because it's better to bring down somebody that goes down than to have ally protect, I guess, that falls off when you need it the most. So the run is secure. So Kale does have a little bit of I feel like High Cartoon doesn't have any gear, because the way she went down with that one hit, she does have gear, but it's kind of, yes, no, that's not High Cartoon. Okay, 4-star boots. I guess Seeker has your best speed artifacts. Seeker has we are not even ready to start looking at gear right now. I just wanted to see what Seeker has. 230, so he's your best speed champion. So the question is, can 15 be done with this same team? I feel like High Cartoon will be a liability, and we need to bring in somebody else instead who can do Gogorab. Let's see if Gogorab is built instead. Although this is redundant, increase attack, but I guess he has that revive that we need. So the Gogorab is a better option. Once you get a Gogorab, you no longer need a High Cartoon. So yes, I think he is the champion that should be in lead. Yes. But does he have a speed lead aura for in all battles? No. He's only arena speed lead only. So therefore we'll put, he's only here to revive in case Kale goes down, because it feels like in this 15, Kale is an easy target and he will most likely go down. Does Gogorab have enough accuracy? Enough HP to even survive? No, he has attack chest, not high enough HP, and crit rate glove. There is no reason why this Gogorab should have a crit rate glove. He should be your speed champion. This is what he should be rocking. Artifact like this. This is speed. This is, whoa. Your Gogorab needs to be rebuilt, so I don't think he'll be able to do this battle, because if your reviver champion cannot survive, then the battle will probably fail, because as I already confirmed, Kale is not have enough defense to survive the big hits of 15. But let's see if Skullcrusher can keep Kale alive with his ally protect and counter attack, because these champions hit a little bit too hard. Faceless and Cold Heart is what you face in the waves here, and if you can survive the waves, the boss will hit even harder. Again, I use my counter attack in that first wave when I shouldn't have. So set your presets so Skullcrusher does not use his counter attack in the first wave. You should save it for the second wave where they're probably going to hit you right now. Unless Ghostborn does something. Nah, he only attacked one person. Now that's the problem. Your kill is getting targeted now, and your your revived champion goes down and the run will fail. That's it. So he needs HP and defense and speed. So if you're gonna use him in the arena, you only care about speed. But if you're gonna use him in dungeons for Gogorab, you might need to add HP and other stuff and defense. So the question is, who should have your best speed artifact? Should it be Gogorab or should it be Seeker? I feel like since dungeon content is the priority, Gogorab is the person that should have all the speed. But if arena is the focus, then there's no problem with Seeker going second or going first with all the best speed artifacts. High Cartoon goes into the vault because her speed lead, although her speed lead is in all battles though, don't forget that if you still want to, I just don't feel it's necessary to build a High Cartoon, a Seeker and a Gogorab, all three of them. Oh, we survived that big hit. So you see, our Skullcrusher is coming in clutch. Without a Skullcrusher, that K would have gone down instantly from that big hit. There's still a chance that he goes down though. Does he even have enough accuracy to land his stuff? Yes, he does. Seeker will die now. And so we survived it. So it's possible for you to farm Minotaur 15 because it's important for your champions to have these scrolls. You need scrolls for your champions. So the next item we're going to look at is Dragon. Let's see at what stage of the Dragon you are, because after Minotaur, which is very, very important for those scrolls, the next thing is Dragon in terms of priority, since campaign is already secure. Dragon 15, positive affinity for Kale, which is a good thing. Cold Heart again. Cold Heart again. What is with you with Cold Heart? Why do you love Cold Heart so much? For early game progression, Cold Heart is a liability because she will go down in the waves. She won't make it all the way to the boss. Cold Heart is only good when you can keep her alive all the way to the boss. If you cannot keep your Cold Heart all the way alive to the boss, then she's a liability. And you agree with me that your Cold Heart in the waves is kind of useless. She only targets one, while your kill is the one that is doing all the nuking. So I prefer a tanky team that can survive the waves and a poisoner that can take down the boss. And I see that happening right now with Frozen Banshee and Kale. But the problem now for this stage is Frozen Banshee is not 60. And without her being 60, she will not survive the boss hit. She might place her, poison sensitivity once, place her poison once, and she's dead. And defense, like I said, 2,000, 3,000 defense needs to be really, really high. So without that, she will not survive this run. Her crit rate can be low. So let's see if you have crit rate on her. Hopefully not. That's HP. That's attack, which is wrong. You need defense here, defense here, defense here, defense here. Like Frozen Banshee is all about defense, 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 defense. So however you need to rebuild this. I asked you in the chat if I can rebuild your teams. I didn't get. I don't know if you need me to regear. I don't even know if we have the gear to make it happen. But let me show you what I would do if I wanted to rebuild your Frozen Banshee. Using the Hellhades artifact extractor, which makes it extremely easier for us to build champions. I'll assume I'm not having this champion as max right now. Do our optimizations. Move the slider for a little bit of accuracy. Crit rate 0, not needed. No minimum. Soft cap not needed. So I'll move slider for crit rate to 0. The slider for speed can be a little bit up, doesn't need to be very high. She's not a speed champion, so if you sacrifice a little bit of speed for some defense, now this is why I'm going to take high. I'm going to take high because then maybe the speed can come up a little bit. Accuracy, speed, HP and defense, that's all I need for my Frozen Banshee in this level of the game. So if I check the options for artifacts that I need, 4-star artifacts, check including equipped artifacts. No, let's take only from sets. We need for lifesteal, and one count of lifesteal, perception for accuracy maybe, and maybe speed. Lifesteal and perception for accuracy, because I don't think you have a banner right now. So let's optimize and see what the recommendations can be. That's not looking good. It's not looking good. What this means is when the 2 searches like this and finds nothing, it means most of your artifacts are not at 14. I mean at 4-star and 8-star. As you can see, the 2 can only find artifacts that are at 4-star and 8. So you do not have enough lifesteal for the 2 to even search. So if we do take all these ones to 4 and 8, maybe the 2 can find some. Or if I make that change right now in the 2 to also include artifacts that are maybe not 4-star, that's not optimal, but hey, take your artifacts to 4 and 8 so the 2 can give you some good recommendations. So we are still getting low defense because most artifacts are not yet leveled up. But if you do that and search again, you say you're not a PC player, so you might not be able to use this tool. I know, I'm just showing you what I used to build it. So without you using this tool, you can also build it by yourself. There's no problem if you don't play on PC. I clearly say that you need defense. So simply use your manual way we do it to filter glove and chest and select what do we need. Main, start, defense. I even select the equipped ones, so I find all of them. So the only defense chest we have is on Skullcrusher right here. So that means our Frozen Banshee doesn't have defense to put on her for now, and Skullcrusher needs to have his defense to keep the team alive. So don't steal this away from him. Let him have it, let him enjoy it until you're able to get better ones for Frozen Banshee. But for now, I'll tell you what you can do. You can go into the campaign and get a defensive chest for Frozen Banshee. That's what you need right now, so you can maybe beat higher levels of the dragon, because I don't think that dragon can be beat. So head over to your campaign and farm. I see you're already trying it on Nightmare. Maybe no, you're not beating it on Nightmare yet. That would have given you a 6-star defensive chest. So we can do it on Brutal Vladimir Strat and get defensive chests for her. It will take you a while to get a defense percentage chest for Frozen Banshee, and you do have enough energy to make it happen. Get defensive chest, get defensive glove also to keep her alive. So once those 2 are done, even if your kill dies in the dragon after he has beat the waves, Frozen Banshee can make sure that she takes down the boss. So I kind of like Frozen Banshee a lot. Also, you have Awkward Brawler, so you might say, okay, what about that dude? You have to choose. Awkward Brawler can solo the dragon. Frozen Banshee can solo the dragon. I wouldn't recommend you build them 2 at the same time, because you know you only need... Where am I going? I wanted to check out Awkward Brawler. You only need 1 poisoner to make the thing happen. So that time should be spent on a different champion. You don't need to build, kill, Awkward Brawler, Frozen Banshee, poison. No, just take one out of them. Either you go for Awkward Brawler or Frozen Banshee. Now, Awkward Brawler is negative affinity against dragon. Where is it? Let me make sure I get the facts right. Dragon 20. Awkward Brawler is negative affinity because he's what? Magic. I mean, he's spirit. He's a spirit champion, right? So he's negative affinity against Dragon 20. So he still gets the job done, though. I saw him in your... There it is. So he's negative affinity, so he's even 12. So I think Frozen Banshee is your best poisoner right now that should have defense. All right, what else do we suggest for that dragon team? Let me head back into it and see like the ideal team you should run. Why am I still going to campaign? The ideal team that you should run for this dragon team We have not even gotten to clan boss yet. But the good thing about this game is once you have a good team for dragon, it will also work for clan boss. So this team we are currently suggesting for clan boss might just replace 1 or 2 champions, and you have a perfect clan boss team that will beat Brutal. It has to be optimized though before that can happen. So this is looking like the team. I have no problem with this decreased defense champion being there. Is awesome. Ghostborn is awesome for this work. All I feel like you should have a champion for a revive. You need a revive champion or an increased attack booster, and that's where I think Cold Heart falls out and Gogorab comes in. Again, if Gogorab is built, he will make it happen. Right now, if you do this run, he will be targeted and he will die. That's the truth, because he's not yet built. So if you get back to me and you want these champions rebuilt, it will not be possible because you don't have the artifacts for it. Although we can level up some of those artifacts and see some changes that can be done to 1 or 2 champions. That's the best we can do. 1 champion or 2. You really don't have enough artifacts to build an entire 3-man team right now to make this Dragon 16 and 17 team run. But hey, I see that you have the other Dragon 14. I think you should be farming 13 or 14 right now, but it's not worth it. Don't farm 13 or 14 yet. I'll recommend you leave Dragon right now, go to Minotaur grind, get scrolls on those champions, and they should be able to beat 15, 16, 17 consistently. Because remember, for the Dragon, it's not all about poison. It's not all about crit rate and all that. It's also all about your tier 6 masteries. They are really, really important to help you in that Dragon run. So you're not doing damage with only your poisons. You're also doing damage with your masteries. So I see for Kale, you went to Helm Smasher, which is kind of a nuka build for the campaigns and also for arena. So this is a nuka camp. So this doesn't really do a lot of damage for the clan boss, and also doesn't do a lot of damage for the dragon dungeon content. It only helps in wave content to increase ignore defense. So this is a nice build. I also have my build in my kill in a similar build because I didn't build in for the arena. But for Frozen Banshee, when you finally decide to farm masteries, you will need to go to this War Master. So this is what you need on your team before they can do 16, 17. Don't go farming 14, 13 when you don't have this yet. So you can see Minotaur 15 is standard. Spend all this energy you have there on your Minotaur grind. I don't know if you're currently still buying masteries, if you need to buy them, but I wouldn't recommend. Farm those Minotaur grind. Also, since we have Skullcrusher as our counter attack and protector in these battles, we really don't need to build Veges, because they kind of perform almost the same function of protecting the allies. So I feel like Veges should hold on for your 60. I'm just going through other champions that you might need to build later. I don't know why Karam is level 50 though. Why is this champion 50? I reviewed him in one of my videos when I received him. I didn't feel like his skills were that good enough to use in any content. So I don't see why you took him to 50. Maybe he was going to be somebody you used for Undead Horde's Faction Wars. That's the only reason why I can think he's 50 right now. Faction Wars. But at this level of the game, maybe Faction Wars is important for you to get those materials you need to forge perception sets. So that's why you took him to 50. But do not take this champion to 60 yet though. You have a lot of other champions that are more important to take to 60. Cold Heart should also not be 60 yet. Your Gogorab should hit 60 before any other champion. This champion should take a back seat because you already have Gogorab. You don't need double revive. So he should even chill. I know he's an Ox and he even have lifesteal artifacts. So you have a lot of champions built though, I'll tell you though. This chest, the whole attack percentage, what is it with this attack percentage chest? They need to survive. A revival like this needs to survive. Attack percentage chest won't keep him alive. HP percentage chest or defense percentage chest will keep this champion alive. Alright, my recording is coming to a 30 minutes mark. Let me pause it and resume again. Alright, we're back and I scroll down further and I can see some other legendaries chilling right here. Nobel, Royal Huntsman, Queen Eva. Not exceptional legendary champions, not that great, not that game changing. Imagine Elegias, Drokul, not that game changing, not those ones where you get them and immediately you want to take them to 60. So they will serve you, they will come in later in the game. But I feel like you even have this Queen Eva might have been your campaign farmer, but since you have Fell Hand already, do you want to stop using Fell Hand as a campaign farmer and then begin to rebuild a Queen Eva as your campaign farmer? I feel like they both have similar roles. You shouldn't need to take her to 60 just because you want her to be a 6-second campaign farmer. I know a lot of people use her. She will require a lot of stuff to make that happen. I see a miscreated monster. I see a Rector Drat. So you have good teams, you have good champions. It's time to start taking them to 60. They are all 50, 50, 50, which will not help. You need to spend more time in the campaign, less time in the dungeon. If you don't have more 60s, this progression will not change. I feel like even your Ghost Bond that went to 60 should have not been 60 first. I feel like some other champions might have gone to 60 before your decreased defense champion. I know some people building for a lot of damage and all that, but for your team right now, you needed more 60s than just a decreased defense champion to be 60. Is there any other recommendation else that I need to make? It's looking like your team is set. You just need to go back to the campaign. A lot of people think once they are done with their first 6-star and the second and the third, you're done. No, you need to go back to the campaign, get more 60s, go to the Minotaur, get scrolls on everybody. I don't feel like they have. Let me check just to be sure. For masteries, yes, Skullcrusher has it. This one has it. So Fellhand was supposed to be a campaign farmer. He has scrolls also. Ghostbound has it. And that's all. That's where it ended. So once they hit 60, you do give them scrolls, which is good. You did give scrolls to Cold Heart, so you really, really want Cold Heart to be awesome. So here's the problem now. You might say, what of Spider? Cold Heart is good, but check out what you have. You have a Drexter. Your Spider problem is solved. With Drexter, okay, you still need a counter, what do you call it? Tometer decrease. So she can help with that, but Drexter can be the control you need for this early game Spider, even take you all the way to Spider 20 when it's finally 60 and has masteries. So he will be your Spider solution. Cold Heart is, I personally don't use Cold Heart for dragon content, although she can nuke. I don't feel like you can have the what it takes to keep her alive to do that nuke right now. And is there any other content that we should actually take a look at before I end this video? Maybe faction. Okay, the clan boss. So only dragon. Let's see where you are in the Spider. Yeah, that's a good place. Dragon and Spider 13 is a good place. So are you using this guy? No, you're not using the HP 1 champion yet. Right now you need nukers, right? So Fairhand can nuke the waves. Cold Heart is good. Counter attack is good. Who is the reviver? In case somebody goes down, no reviver. So increased attack should need to come in here, or a speed booster would need to come in here. Do you have apothecary healer? You don't, but so if anybody goes down, the run becomes dicey. So this is a good place, although, to get those beginner ring, amulet, and banners that you might need. So, but later when you have more 60s, I'm sure you can go to 13. I'm currently on 13 on the Noob to Pro, and I intend to stay there until I get more 60s and I can move forward. And let's head over to the clan boss, which is the final place that we need to look at. With these teams being 60, I feel like the clan boss will be a piece of cake. You're currently on hard clan boss. Let's claim that for you and see which type of team you're running there. Kale in the lead, Seeker, Feign, Counter Attack, Poisoner. Perfect team. So this is like a perfect synergy. And when these teams are finally 60, I'm talking about Feign and Frozen Banshee, you can do brutal with this team. That's for sure. Because I see increased defense, I see 2 poisoners. Kale will be the first to die. He even died before Feign. Remember in my previous video when I talked about Feign for the Noob to Pro, I built her with defense for clan boss. So you need a lot of defense in your Feign. Don't try to put crit rate on her. Don't try to put crit damage on her. She will not survive if you try to squeeze crit rate and crit damage into her early game build. Let's see what you have on her glove. You put attack on her. So you need defense here, you need defense here. This gear you gave her is not for clan boss. Fane needs to be in lifesteal if you're going to use her for clan boss. Lifesteal, this gear belongs to somebody like an Amiga who can do turn meter reduction. Because right now, the only champion you have for turn meter reduction is Cold Heart. And for Spider, you do need turn meter reduction. So I'll recommend you, since I don't see any turn meter. Oh, no, I see one. That's an Alure. So you can give her your, relentless sets that you gave to Fane. This might be good for Alure. So if you have an Alure, you don't need an Amiga. That's the truth. So with her, that's for Spider though, to make sure the Spider doesn't get a turn. Build your Alure for Spider. The Spider will not get a turn. So she deserves that relentless set that you gave to Fane. So this set doesn't belong to Fane at all. Your Fane needs to be in defense, and again, this comes down to we not having enough gear to make that happen. So should you go into the campaign and start farming defense lifesteal for Fane? I don't think so. I think you should just do your masteries for every other person, level up your champions that you need to take to 60, including Fane, then go farm higher levels of the dungeon to get artifacts for these champions. I don't know if you see what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's the clan boss. For now, it's fine to do hard. When you get all your 60s and stuff, I'm sure you can do higher levels. If you need me to rebuild this team right now, I can't do it because there is no artifacts to do it. I might need to shift things around. You're shifting from one bad spot to another bad spot. You're not actually doing any improvement, and you're spending a lot of silver for it. So I prefer you don't spend the silver now. Save that silver for when you have better artifacts to improve on. Don't move bad gear from one champion to another champion. You're moving 4 stars to another 4 star, moving 4 star to another 4. No. Stop moving artifacts around. Stop increasing the levels of artifacts that are bad. Stop taking artifacts that are attack percentage to 16. We know Fane builds normally has crit rate and crit damage. I know that. But for this early game where you need to survive the brutal, she needs defense, defense and HP to survive it. So that's how I built mine. That is working for me. My Fane is the last to die in that team, and I love that team that can 2-key brutal. And I don't even have a counter attack. So you have a counter attack. That means you can even 1-key brutal if you put your mind to it. You might want to bring in this champion to clear the stun, but I don't think it's necessary that she's 60 right now. Don't take her to 60. She's just necessary for some of the Doom Tower content. Right now, she's not that important. And although you might need her for the dragon sometimes, for some negative affinity ones which you want to survive past. And that's also a good champion to take a look at later when your other more priority champions are at 60. Before we end this video, let me take a look at your arena run and great haul, because those two things will also help you improve a lot in this game. Let's see how you're doing. No. We're not trying to do uniform great haul here. No, that's not what we're all about. We put Great Hall medals in champions that need it. We don't put Great Hall medals everywhere for all our champions. I'll give you an example. Skullcrusher doesn't need accuracy, yet you put accuracy right here as 1 point. That's just the first champion I can think of. I don't know if you have accuracy needed for other champions. So your major champions right now is magic affinity, which is this first row. Accuracy, defense on them are the two that you should be putting all your Great Hall medals into. I know it's kind of hard to keep these medals. You see it, you want to use it. You see it, you want to use it, don't use it. Save it until you can get enough to take this accuracy to 3, 4, 5 levels till I think it gets up to level 6 for an additional 40 accuracy, which will make sure that even if you don't have a banner, you can get and place that your poison sensitivity and poison. So that's what I would recommend for your Great Hall. Stop trying to put everything in uniform. Focus on one, because there's an arbiter mission that will tell you to get one Great Hall level to 10. And if you can't do that because you put all your medals everywhere, you'll be stuck on that beta mission for a long time. So I know in the beginning of the game they did tell you to put attack. That's all you need to do. No mission will tell you again to go and put attack. So all you need to do right now is accuracy to 6 level, and then maybe defense, so your Frozen Banshee and Kale can survive. So I also put some defense in my Skullcrusher later on when I started beating Brutal. So after you have this one down for Frozen Banshee and Kale, and they are no longer dying. Now, you might argue that Kale should be out of your teams right now because you have better legendaries that can do damage like Magna. So maybe if you have other champions doing damage on other places, you might start putting crit damage on those champions also. But for accuracy, I think Frozen Banshee and Kale. Or if you decide to use Occult Brawler, his one can go on. But I will focus on one instead. Except you don't care about these arbiter missions and whatever they're telling you to do. So then maybe you won't care about it. So that's for the Great Hall. For the arena, let's see how you're doing. Silver 3 is a perfect place to be farming these Great Hall medals also, because you see easy teams to beat right now, and you see your Kale can also nuke. And let's see who you're using as speed lead. Do you even win speed battles? Yes, 24 speed plus Seeker. That means yes, this is a nice team. Nobody's gonna survive this. But once your what's his name, Gogorab is a higher speed, I think right now he's serving just as speed lead for your Seeker. So maybe your Seeker is the main MVP right now, which is awesome. All right, that's all the recommendations I have for this team. I don't have any recommendation about the arena. You're doing fine in Silver 3 with your awesome nuker and increased attack champion and buffer right there. For 3v3, we can't even talk about that because we're all in bronze 1 for 3v3 farming our medals. But I don't know if you got your, well, you already have your Drexstar, so you don't need to spend here. So I guess you'll be spending on energy and shards over here. Your Drexstar is gotten from a shard, I guess, instead of from here. Nice one. This is a nice account. Doom Tower, I'm not gonna even check the progress for Doom Tower because for early game we don't even care about this. Whatever you can do, you get stuck here, you're like fine. So that's not a place that we recommend right now until later in the game. That's all. If you have any other questions about this account, drop a comment below, and join the Discord and leave me a comment there, and I'll get back to you. If I missed out anything on this account, I'm sure you guys are going to let me know in the comments, or any other recommendations that you might have about how this player can improve. I'll be looking forward to them also. This one has gone too long, but hey, it was needed. Hopefully it helps you improve your account and make sure you do the recommendations that were suggested. And that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.